So Andrew Tate, the whole free speech guy, the guy about all the Matrix is trying to take me down, I'm just trying to get my positivity message out there, that guy, he's now suing a bunch of influencers for talking out against him, right? Saying exactly what he's doing, involved in all the cryptocurrency pump and dumps. I actually did a video about that last year, about 6 months ago. And the other things that he's involved in back in Romania, where there's a bunch of cases, and actually there's a new case in the UK against him that just came up a few days ago. So not a great individual, but he wants to make sure that people who speak out about him, influencers, he's going to sue every single one of them if they say something that he doesn't like. It seems that way, at least, right? Now, he's actually, to be clear, I'll go over exactly who he's suing in just a minute, but it's a bunch of X / large Twitter users who have been calling him out online, repeatedly responding to many of his tweets saying what he's been up to, and it says that he's been saying that that's been hurting his business, right? Now, specifically, there are a lot of large YouTubers. I've made videos about Andrew Tate before. I'm not super large, but there's much larger creators like CoffeeZilla has made videos about Andrew Tate before. Some ordinary gamers. I know the Willie Mack Show, he did several videos going over the entire case that the Tate brothers are both involved in. So that's interesting. He hasn't actually gone after any of those large YouTubers, and I think, this is just my opinion, but I think the reason he went after these small Twitter users instead of the large YouTubers is because he knows that the larger YouTubers, they have more money, more capability to defend themselves in court against something like that. That was an issue a few years ago with Atozy and BitBoy when he was at the height of his fame. BitBoy tried to silence Atozy. Atozy was able to do a fundraiser, earn a bunch of money, and then BitBoy dropped the lawsuit because he realized he was only trying to intimidate him, and now that he has a bunch of money, he can actually fight it in court. I know in the past he has threatened to sue large YouTubers. I know years ago he threatened to sue Ethan Klein.
I just got a cease and desist from Andrew Tate, which is so wonderful and ironic, isn't it? Because he's been crying about free speech being violated by being removed from social media. And lots of prominent people defending him. He even went on Fox News talking about how it's just not fair. His free speech is dead. What about my free speech, Andrew? And also, how beta is it to start crying to my attorney that please stop talking about me? Oh, yeah, Andrew, how about you cease and desist these nuts, okay?
But nothing ever came of that. No lawsuit was ever filed against Ethan Klein by Andrew Tate or the Tate brothers. Now, what's really interesting is another clip has actually surfaced recently where he went on a Red Pill channel and talked about how he's incredibly petty. He doesn't really care if he's going to win. He just wants to sue everyone into oblivion who says bad things about him.
You can't hide in this world. It took all of 3 minutes to get all the information. And as for litigating his parents, I don't need a reason. You're going to have to defend yourself, regardless. That's the thing about the American legal system. You cannot ignore it. I don't care if it costs me $1 million to take $1,000 out of your bank. You're going to be in court twice a month for the rest of your human years. I don't care. I will sue you for any and every reason forever. And you're going to have to hire lawyers and turn up forever. I will do that. I'm that guy. I'm petty. I'm petty and I've got a lot of money and a lot of time. So it's not even about guilty. It's not about why. It's just about because I can. It's one of many, many things I was going to do. I'd buy the property next to his father's Airbnb and list it for free. I will bankrupt you. You don't understand the levels I will go to. I'm that guy. And he felt it because people turned up at his door. Once I had his address, I started putting, I didn't want to get banned from Twitter. Obviously, it happened in the end anyway. Yeah. But at first I put his street name, then I put his house number. And then when guys turned up at his house, I had to fly some friends of mine from Vegas to LA. Like, I had to spend money on this shit. This took time out of my life. When he looked out the window and saw the SUV, then he starts apologizing on the internet. Like a little bitch. I still might litigate him into the fucking ground.
So he's talking about being really petty. And to me, that doesn't seem very alpha, very red pill, that you're just a very petty person. And just because you have a ton of money, you're just going to sue everyone that says bad things about you. That doesn't seem like a very alpha thing to do. And he admits to basically doxing someone's information that he didn't like, put all their information all over the internet. And that type of clip is not going to Not going to do him any favors in court if this case actually goes to court. If the judge sees that I'm being really petty, I'm fine with doxing people, that's not going to do him any favors, guys. So we're going to actually take a look at the lawsuit right now. There's actually a GoFundMe. I'm not involved in the GoFundMe at all, but there is a GoFundMe for the people who are being sued by Andrew Tate. I'll have that linked below. But let's go ahead and take a look at the lawsuit right after a word from today's sponsor. Over the years, I've used various different wallets, and eventually they've all broken down and needed to be replaced. Today's sponsor, Exter, reached out and said they had some great wallets they wanted to send me to try out. Exter offers a collection of slim fit wallets, and they sent me over the cardholder wallet, as well as the Exter Wallet Pro made with handcrafted Italian leather. They also sent over their Finder card, which is a credit card size tracker you can put in the wallet to make it easy to find your wallet anywhere if it ever gets lost. For people who constantly misplace their wallet, the Finder card is a lifesaver product. The Exter wallets have a unique quick access button that springs the cards upward for easy access, and the Wallet Pro can hold a total of 14 cards with modular add-ons for extra storage. All their wallets are high quality, but the Exter card holder with its metal design is perfect for my day-to-day use. The Wallet Pro is a nice fit with a more upscale outfit, and the tracker can put you at ease about always being able to find your wallet wherever you leave it. With Father's Day right around the corner, the Exter wallet makes a great gift any dad would enjoy. I know I'll be using my Exter wallet for a long time, and I'm happy to have Exter sponsor this video. Exter's Father's Day sale is offering up to 40% off until June 16th. Use my partner code Scott Schaefer at checkout to get an additional 10% savings. You can check out the link in the description below to take you directly to their website and get a great wallet. Thanks again to Exter for sponsoring this video. Okay guys, so this is the lawsuit right here. I'll have this linked down below if you want to take a closer look at it yourself. It is 61 pages long, so we're not going to go through the whole thing. There will be a bunch of edits in this part of the video, obviously. We're just going to skim through the really important parts. Now, first off, it goes Andrew Tate. Tristan Tate and Andrew Tate are both suing a bunch of people. All of these individuals listed, we'll go over them. Defendant Jane Doe, The Real Susie Wynn 1. Defendant Mary Doe, Avalon 1T. Defendant John Doe, a.k.a. Cran Murders. Defendant Nathan Livington, a.k.a. Milk Bar TV. Defendant June Doe, a.k.a. Mad About Sheep. Jack Doe, Gadget 440274447, James Doe, CS Skeptic, Ann Doe, Thoughts and Players, and Rose Doe from the Broken Inside. Now, all of these individuals, those specific handles, those are all Twitter handles, and specifically he is targeting people, like I said, on Twitter who call him out, and he's making some claims that they have actually hurt his business quite a bit. Now, several of these people, I know Gadgets and Milk Bar TV, they have YouTube channels as well. They've talked about being sued on their YouTube channel, but specifically it seems like he is targeting the Twitter users as opposed to any real large YouTubers that have been talking out about him. There have been people like CoffeeZilla who've gotten millions of views saying that he is, running a bunch of crypto scams, and he hasn't sued CoffeeZilla or anything like that. So it is interesting that he is going after these much smaller Twitter accounts. So this particular case was filed in Florida. Many of the people that he is suing don't actually live in Florida. Some of them live in other countries. So that's really interesting. I don't know how that's going to work. I thought you had to sue people in the country they were actually in. I don't know if that's actually true, but that just seems odd to me. So what's interesting is that the Tate brothers believe there is a conspiracy by all of the individuals named in the lawsuit to intentionally ruin their businesses. And they actually claim that their businesses have been hurt severely by these Twitter users, which I don't know if that's true. There's a lot of cases that have actually come out. They were arrested for a while. They spent time in jail. I think they've actually had more harm done to them by their arrest in Romania and the lawsuits against them now in the UK as well. I don't think these random Twitter users, these small Twitter users, really had much to ruin the reputation of the Tate brothers. But let's take a look at what they have to say. It says, in the April 2024 space, these individuals created a space conspiratory space. Several contributors admitted to having formed a group to maliciously defame the Tate brothers and turn public opinion against them. This group primarily includes the defendants in this case, whom they refer to as Team Matrix. One of the members of players can be quoted as saying, "We formed Team Matrix in 2023. During the April 2024 space, it was said that Matthew Jury, an attorney and partner at McHugh Jury and Partners in the United Kingdom, directly emailed and communicated with members of Team Matrix, apparently providing them with informal guidance and support for their social media defamation campaign." And he goes further to talk about how this particular lawyer is in direct communication with them. And the lawyer actually said in a recent interview with a member of Team Matrix, Mr. Jury stated, "They're incredibly important, but they're this tiny group. They call themselves Team Matrix, but quite often I'll get little tips from them what's going on." Now, what's interesting is line 69, it says, "On or about February 10th, 2025, Lucy Brown, who's one of the defendants, posted a web domain. Andrew Tate is I can't say that last word, rhymes with grape. When the link is clicked, it takes the user to Matthew Jury's and his law firm's crowdfunding page that they allegedly used to pay for litigation against the plaintiffs." Now, one thing I want to say about this is obviously there are a lot of allegations against Andrew Tate claiming that he has done things like that, but that actually, I don't believe that's actually been proven in court at this point. So if you say that about someone, even if most people believe it to be true, if it hasn't been proven in court at that point, you could actually be in trouble for something like that. The case with Carl Jobst and Billy Mitchell is an excellent example of that. If you don't know, obviously Carl has made a bunch of videos calling Billy Mitchell a cheater, which a lot of other people have done. Billy Mitchell actually sued Carl, and Carl actually lost the case. Now, initially, most people seem to believe Billy was suing him because he called him a cheater, and then people started to find out that the real reason he was suing him was because Carl made claims that he couldn't really back up, that Billy Mitchell was partly responsible for another YouTuber self-deleting himself, right? And that particular claim, Carl couldn't actually back up in court, which is why he lost the case. So if you're saying things like, directing people to a website specifically calling this guy a very bad word, if you can't actually prove that definitively, you could be in trouble. So I just want to point that out. A lot of the case involved in this is just him. It seems very petty based on the clip that he's talked about, but this particular piece right here, you probably shouldn't link to something like that if it hasn't actually been proven in court as of yet. So there are a bunch of tweets that the Tate brothers use as evidence, claiming that these people are defaming them. And then towards the bottom, it goes, "By repeating, publishing, and disseminating the defamatory statements to third parties, defendants damaged the Tate brothers' personal and business relationships by imputing conduct incompatible with the proper exercise of their lawful business and other ventures, which they have long since relied upon to generate income. This caused them to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars." Now, I personally find that hard to believe that people posting mean things about them on Twitter cause them to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be difficult for them to actually prove that in court, considering everything else going around about them being arrested in Romania, the new case against them in the UK. Victims have come forward and told their story in the US. There's a lot of things that don't make the Tate brothers look very good. So saying that these specific Twitter users are the reason that you're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars, they're being sued for multiple cases of defamation as well as civil conspiracy, because he's claiming they're all working together, they're all Team Matrix. Claiming that these individuals are the cause of your issues as to why you're losing money is a bit far-fetched, considering everything that the Tate brothers have been involved in, right? I did that video, 6 months ago, showing how, with video evidence on Rumble, where Andrew Tate was telling his audience to pump these coins to the moon, right? I don't care if it's legal or not, I'm gonna do it, right? So Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, have have a ton of bad press from multiple different sources, multiple things showing that they're probably not the nicest guys. I don't know that you can actually get money from these Twitter users who are saying that you're not a nice guy when everyone else is doing the same. And it seems like this is more just a petty issue, as Andrew Tate has said previously in that clip. He seems to just want to go after everyone because he has a ton of money, and he wants to take down everyone that's, saying mean things about him because he can. Now, like I said, I don't know if this case is actually going to go anywhere. I think free speech should allow you to say most things, almost all things, and so I'm not really a fan of this. But I would love to know your opinion. Do you think this case has some merit? Some of the tweets they post in this lawsuit are things that these individuals probably shouldn't have said, that 100% can't be verified about the Tates. But to say that is the reason why the Tates are losing a bunch of money when everything else, the lawsuits and spending time in jail for what they did or what they have alleged to do, I think it's a hard push to say that this is the reason why you're losing out on a bunch of money. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to go anywhere, but let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Andrew Tate or Tristan Tate suing all of these Twitter users? Do you think it'll go anywhere? The lawsuit and the crowdfunding campaign, if you want to support that, is listed down below as well.